waste of a fucking full beer, dude. You're picking this shit up.
Ah, fuck.
That's all. Come on, I got something. You are going to love this. Right now we're actually at the house that we filmed August Underground out in Bell Vernon, Pennsylvania. But in that basement is where... Yeah, this is where we picked up Hitchhiker. Which is only a couple minutes away from the house, but we actually made her walk probably from all the way down there to here, so we had enough time to drive around the block to come pick her up. And this is the middle of the night, you know, cows, you know, making noises, and deer across the street. So I'm sure she had a good time. Right over here is where we pulled up and we picked up the girl, and she gave me a blowjob and I beat the shit out of her. That was all filmed right here. It was actually, the car pulls up right here and then we moved over closer to the barn. There used to be a lot more barrels and stuff like that on the side. Where I had someone hiding with some fake blood that bled her up when we were finished. We came out the back door of the house and ran up between these two trees. And then over in the back barn over there is where the big bull was kept, Tex. And the dog was on the other side of the barn, Shep. I remember having auditions. We brought him up. We didn't have an office or anything like that, so I would just bring him out to the house. And, you know, the house is in the middle of nowhere. People just weren't used to coming out to the country like this and having, you know, meeting inside my living room and auditioning, and they would hear me screaming and yelling up at the upstairs in the bedroom while a bunch of them sat downstairs and watched Henry or whatever movie I had on to get them kind of into it, and they would be really freaked out. How to use my house? Like, where else were we supposed to, you know, to shoot it? My only neighbor was a guy who lived over here who was really cool, and then if you look, there's absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. It's very peaceful out here. I was running around trying to get all the locations and everything together for the day. I was like, all right, drive all the way from Pittsburgh, stop here, you know, and I wasn't even secure on all the locations until the end of the day. You know, the slaughterhouse scene just popped up. I was like, all right, let me make a phone call real quick. If we can get that, let's get it. And it all worked out. You know, I really wish there was actually animals hanging up, you know, or being, you know, being slaughtered. But I mean, now that I think about it, I'm kind of glad there wasn't, because it just makes it more, just different, you know what I mean? There's always so many movies with slaughterhouse scenes in it. And to see a slaughterhouse not in progress, just, you know, the empty place, and then seeing the refrigerated carcasses of all the animals. Yes, the sheep of the balls, which was actually, I think it's udders, like it was just heavy with milk or something. Well, yeah, it was funny because the day we got here, at my parents' house, we came outside and Alan had the camera, and I'm like, oh my God, look at that goat or whatever it was out there. They had these huge balls or whatever it was. And, you know, turn the camera on real quick and just grab the hold of it. And now you can't see his dick. So take a look. Came here about this time. It was actually cold as hell, and we actually shot this and the convenience store on the same day. It was just me and Alan, which was pretty much most of the time. You know, to us it was make it more intimate. You know, it's kind of the way I really like to work. I like to have small crews and not have lots of people, which is a lot more stress on me and everybody else too. But when you have more intimate stuff,
You know, when it's not a lot of people, you really get the better performances because you're not intimidated by 40 people standing around and a big guy holding a boom mic. And it actually helped me out too, you know, so I can just really just stay in character and come here and do my thing.
This is where I died in August Underground.
Hi, my name is Fred Vogel. I'm the director of August Underground, and I'm sitting here with my grandmother, Victoria Jones, who was the little old lady who walked into the wrath of me in the movie. And I just want to say, it's a lot of people. I get lots of letters from people saying, "How can you get an old lady to, you know, to do that and be in that scene and die?" And you know, you just gotta ask your grandma, and you know, normally she'll let you do whatever you want. Now, a lot of people say, you know, like, the scene is very, it's kind of hectic and stuff like that. When we come in, you know, you're on the floor and they're like, what are you killing her with? I was actually using an apple peeler. I was stabbing her with an apple peeler. And then the cameraman comes in and goes into the refrigerator and grabs himself a beer. And, everybody loves the scene with where my grandma takes out her dentures and things like that. And, I get a kick out of that myself. And you know, just to get your grandma to take out her dentures is it's really, you know, a funny thing. But the movies, you know, had lots of success, and with the DVD and you know what you watch in this documentary, it's just an honor that, you know, I had the support from my family when making the movie, and especially my grandmother, to do a scene, you know, like this. And, you know, at the time she was, you know, 81 years old, and you know, she was a champ and she did a great job.
Welcome to the convenience store scene location for August Underground. My friend Kenny owns this convenience store, and I've been coming to this convenience store since I was, God, like 12 years old. When I ride my bike down here. And I told him, I'm like, Kenny, I always wanted to shoot a movie in your store. And he's like, no problem, Freddie, no problem. And we got to shut down the whole store for the whole night. And on this night, God, this was tough because I couldn't find any actors to sniff each other's butts. So I had to call in my cousin and my little brother to do it. And I got in touch with the police here in Warren and told them that we're filming the movie. And they ended up helping us out and locking off the parking lot and locking off the street. That's how we had that nice little cop car coming after us at the end. So the location was free for me to use, but it ended up costing me about $600 because I, you know, put my brother's head through the window. Wish they got fixed. So it was this one here. Smashed it right in his head. It was just supposed to hit him here. My brother Steve's got a big giant head. We had Dan, who was the convenience store clerk, and there were two people actually on the other side of the magazine racks who you really didn't see in the movie. But I had extras inside the store here. And then me and Alan came in, and my brother and my cousin were back here. And we came in, I was behind the register to see if there was any money in it. And that's where I get the bat. A lot of people are like, where'd that bat come from? Well, that's where it came from. It came from behind the register. And we came back here, and I beat my brother up pretty bad. And my poor cousin too. I squirting mustard and ketchup on him. But yeah, I mean, the guy who owns this place was always really great to me, and even when I put my brother's head through the window, and he was just more concerned about my brother having a cut on his head than, you know, the glass breaking. But, you know, I took care of him and gave him the money. You know, it broke my pocket because, you know, making a non-budget movie, you know, and paying $600 in accidents sucks. But yeah, this was a really great location and it opened up the movie a lot too. You know what I mean? Where lots of independent films can't even get inside locations like this. I like using stores. I like using convenience stores a lot too, because I think convenience stores are like a big symbol for America. Where you can get anything from, brownie mix to baby food, the lights, the detergent, the cigarettes, the motor oil, headbands, whatever. Sunglasses. That's Americana, and serial killers are Americana. So that's why I really wanted to use this location, just to show people that, they come in here too. They're next to you buying drinks, they're next to you sitting down having dinner. Be aware, very aware. Dan was actually, he was a video clerk at this video store when I was a kid. And I'd always go down there and rent horror movies and stuff like that, and that's how we knew each other. So I'd be the crazy kid who'd come in and ask for the posters all the time, annoying the guy. And then he ended up working at a beer store. And I'm like, hey, I'm shooting a movie. I'd love for you to come down and play the clerk in it. So, we got to go behind the counter, and I got to smack him in the face with a porno magazine. I came in, on the third try, he actually had half a knife sticking out of him, so all he had to do was turn around with it. Behind the newspapers, he had a squirt bottle for blood, so he just squirted himself in the stomach, put a little bit in his mouth, hit it. So the take would just be one solid take like that. We did it late at night, and just got the permission to do whatever we needed. The police were very helpful. They didn't know what kind of movie we were making. So there was a horror movie, and it was like local boy makes good. He's making a movie, and then of course they make this.